καλά καπετάνιο. Πόσο καιρό έχεις να ανέβεις στο καΐκι?
Χρήστο, είσαι τέλειος!
Autonomia.
Dear Emma, good morning.
Good morning, Max. Good afternoon to you.
Thank you. What time is it in New York?
8 o'clock.
Oh, so you're really darling to connect with us from Italy at this time of the morning.
No, I'm delighted to be part of the Pianeta Mare Film Festival. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much. We would like to introduce you through your words, and then we will broadcast the video of Professor Jeffrey Sachs, the president of Sustainable Development Solution Network, and then we will have a talk with you, if you agree.
Terrific, great. My name is Emma Torres. I'm Vice President of the Sustainable Development Solutions Network for the Americas. I'm engaged in many global projects, but also in a very fantastic project, which is called the Science Panel for the Amazon. And this mobilizes 250 scientists that are made an assessment of the state of the Amazon. And this is wonderful program among the many programs that the SDSN promotes. My whole career has been at the United Nations, and I work on global environment issues and development, but I'm always being fascinated by film, photography, and all these fantastic artistic dimensions that make life so wonderful. So I'm very delighted to be joining here in the Pianeta Mare Film Festival. And thank you again for inviting me. And I'm delighted that you will be hearing for our leader of SDSN, Professor Jeffrey Sachs, who's the president of SDSN. Thank you, Max.
Thank you so much, Professor Torres. And we are really honored to have the partnership with the Sustainable Development Solution Network of United Nations. We are the first Italian film festival, and this is an honor for us. As you know, we are an advance in lab in creative new media with smartphone with under 30s, and this is one of the reasons why I really thanks Professor Sachs, you as vice presidents, and all your team in the United States, in the rest of the South America, in Europe, and in many other countries. So we're really honored to have you. And as Professor Sachs anticipated, today he's on the other side of the world and he will not be connecting with us. But we had an incredible video interview 2 months ago, the 5th of September, so it's exactly 1 month ago, with also Valerio Ferrara, who will join us. He's a young rising star in the film industry. He won last year at the Film Festival de Cannes the worship of final shorts of school filming in front of students from China and students from Ukraine. So now I introduce, and I'm honored, the video of Professor Sachs. And then in a few minutes, we will talk again. It's okay for you?
Terrific. Thank you, Max.
Thank you very much. So we are starting now. So
okay, great.
Thank you, Professor Sachs, to be with us today at the Pianeta Mare Film Festival in Italy, in Napoli. With us, you are the president of Sustainable Development Solution Network of United Nations. Our film festival is really honored to receive the patronage, the first Italian film festival, and Valerio Ferrara, who is part of the board of the artistic committee, and his prize of Festival di Cannes, Le Cinef section is a kind of championship of all the filming schools in the world.
Wow.
So for us, you are our wow. We would like to immediately hear your voice about this digital era that we are living, where everybody, kids from 10 years old, even younger, have a smartphone in their hands, and they think they can film their life and the lives of others. Why is so important SDGs and Agenda 2030 in this very moment?
You know, the SDGs are exactly about the future for these young people, and all over the world, they know it because they're already living in a period of climate turmoil. Unfortunately, they're living when they hear about war again in Europe. And so I see young people all over the world really getting it. You know, in New York City, just a few weeks ago, because of the huge forest fires in Canada caused by climate change, the kids had one day of school canceled in New York City, and then the next day with masks again. So they feel this. And I see kids in our neighborhood with lemonade stands raising money to fight climate change. Sometimes it seems that the problem is our octogenarians. In my country, our country is governed by old people who don't get it. They didn't get it when they were young. Now they're old and they're not very responsive or responsible. So this is actually the real opportunity. Now, what are the SDGs? The SDGs are what every government in the world has signed on to, which is to make the world a better place economically, socially, and environmentally. And it wouldn't be so hard, actually, to do this if we stopped the wars and all the geopolitical fighting, because that's the last thing in the world we need, is these wars. What we really need is to pay attention to climate, to biodiversity, to getting kids in school. And if the governments would just behave themselves, we'd actually get somewhere.
I would like, thank you so much, Professor Sachs. I was very impressed recalling the speech that Leonardo DiCaprio, that is part of the world of Valerio, but at the same time also of you, because he was ambassador of peace at United Nations Assembly, in the same building that you spent more than 20 years and you're still spending, advisor of United Nations, of General Secretary Gutierrez. And in this speech 9 years ago, in front of your assembly, Leonardo DiCaprio made an incredible talk in 4 minutes, trying to move the hearts of all the people around you and of the world. So in this case, an actor, world famous, was trying to move the hearts of people. I would like to ask Valerio if he thinks that filmmaking in Italy and other countries are now inspired by the SDGs goals, by world leaders like Jeffrey Sachs, and if something influencing your art, and this art is arriving to the heart of audience.
I think so, yes. I want to go close to the interview of Jeffrey, because cinema industry and also digital world are going deeply inside the sorry. So
Don't worry,
I think because so I think that now cinema industry is going to taking very seriously these themes, and so also are influenced by climate changing in the story that they're telling, and we can see also on the platform like Netflix, because Netflix in the last years are producing a lot of documentary that a lot of people watch all around the world, and this is so important. And in the past it was like that, because this kind of documentaries in the past were more with the scientific approach, and now this approach is for all the audience, also thanks to these actors like DiCaprio, but also like Netflix and all the international association that work to increase that people have this different approach to the planet, no? So
I would say at first that's thrilling to hear, and I'm sure incredible things will come out of the Italian film industry. And it's interesting for me, there were two big hits in, I think, around the world this summer. One was Barbie, interesting. I haven't seen it, but the second was Oppenheimer. And I knew the historian that wrote the book on which the film is based, a man named Martin Sherwin, who was a wonderful, wonderful historian, brilliant man and wonderful man, who passed away before the film was shown. But the film has generated really a surprising, but in a way extraordinarily important discussion about nuclear weapons in a way that that I wouldn't have guessed, because the book is a big, thick book about the life of J. Robert Oppenheimer, who, of course, oversaw the development of the first atomic bomb, and he was very fascinating and complex and brilliant character. And then he was very badly treated by the right wing of the United States afterwards, when Oppenheimer started to be a lead advocate for arms control. But the point is, the movie generated a worldwide discussion, and people came out to talk about serious historical issues. Did the bomb need to be dropped on Japan? Well, the answer is no, but people didn't know the answers to this, or even the historical background. Could nuclear weapons have been under treaty control? The answer is almost surely yes, if we had tried. So there were many, many things that needed to be rediscussed and rethought. And look what film has accomplished in that, in a kind of indirect way, because the film's really about Oppenheimer and Los Alamos, where the first bomb was made, but it generated a lot of interest and a lot of discussion. And so great artists can do absolutely fantastic things in making people to open their eyes and to think. Of course, everyone loves to look at Leonardo DiCaprio. And so when he speaks, people listen to him. And we've had many, many wonderful artists, film stars, and so forth that have played a leading role. I was lucky, very lucky to befriend Matt Damon, who is, very outspoken on these issues. Angelina Jolie has been a UN ambassador for High Commission for Refugees and human rights spokesperson, and many others. It makes a very, very big difference. It's hugely important, because we need to turn attention to important things, and probably the most limiting factor in our world is our attention spans. And so if we can focus on these important issues and do it also through people who we love to see, watch, listen to, follow, it's a phenomenal phenomenal return to that, benefit to that.
Thank you so much, Jeffrey. What do you think we ideated in this film festival that is dedicated to ocean, to biodiversity, but also to ecologic transition? That is one of the most important theme of this human era, no, on the blue planet. Do you think that also shorts of video making with smartphone? This is the one of the workshop that Valerio is the director at our film festival. In 5 days, we produce with 10 young students of filmmaking, of natural science. We make short movies with our smartphone, and then we publish at the last of the. Do you think this also this kind of media making fast? Let's call it quick and dirty, can help to get to the hearts of new generation and to also take more in consideration of climate change, of sustainable development goals and solution, and more interaction between the big palace and people like United Nations and people and youngsters on the street. They are filming everything around their lives.
It sounds like a great initiative. And one thing I'm wondering about, I'm going to be in the Pacific Islands in October, working with one of the governments in Nauru to talk about their challenges. Given connectivity, could we have young people across the world on the islands also contributing things so that we say, if you're in Fiji, or you're in Nauru, or you're in Barbados, or you're in Antigua, or you're in Mauritius, send in your pictures, your story about your island in the middle of the great ocean, what's happening to it, whether it's the sea level issues or the storms or the beauty. I think one thing that I like in the digital age, though I'm not in the filmmaking business, thank goodness for film watchers, definitely, but is the connectivity that we can achieve. Because I really think one of the things that is obviously vital is a global consciousness. We live locally, but we really need to be aware of the world. And here we have this gift that we really can talk to and see and connect with people around the world. I don't think we've fully used that right to this moment. And if we can find ways to energize the creative juices of young people all over the world, that would be phenomenal. Because no doubt there's a filmmaker in every village in the world that could be connected if you guys can figure out how to do it.
What do you think, Valerio, about this? You are, let's say, an ambassador of young generation filmmakers and this new technique that we develop for our festival.
Yes, this idea started from Max and the first year of the film festival in Naples. And I really appreciate the idea because it was a way to let a lot of people use the smartphones that every day we use, but with the cinematic tools, no? And so we used to teach, but it's like more a lab, no? It's more like we are all together and create, like an artistic lab or factory, I don't know how we can say. And it is a good way because in a simple with these simple tools, everyone is able to create some videos or short films or little spot or everything pilots to about important topics or about these very important themes and it's like everyone has this power in their heads with their smartphones, and so we just talked all together about that, and we create these films. And sometimes it works so well because it's just 1 or 2 minutes every day we use to watch on Instagram and socials. And but if you use these smartphones in the right way to promote and to yes, to not help people to be more but yes, no, sometimes I lost the words. No, what I want to say is that it is very helpful for everyone because, as you say, Jeffrey, in the world we are very connected, and it is important that we are local, but at the same time we are all together part of the same network because the planet and everything is the most important stuff. We are just an host on our planet, And so our role is just to help the planet and to live all together in this very wonderful community. And so this is a way with the smartphone that is something that everyone has to use their time. As you said, you are in an island and you want to share your moment, your idea, what you see. And that is, if you live in a big city, you don't see this kind of nature. And so it is a network that you show, no? It's a connection.
What a great project, by the way. We have a project in the part of the UN that I lead called the Sustainable Development Solutions Network. And we have a project called Global Schools, which is for really young people in lower secondary and upper secondary school. And it's in villages and cities all over the world. And if we could get these young people to make short films about what the SDGs mean in their own community. If you could give a little guidance, I could give you a network of hundreds of schools around the world.
I would love it.
That would be really, they'd love it. They'd be really inspired by you. And they would do really great projects. So this is something I'd love to follow up on. I had another suggestion, which I hope is already happening, but of course, your film festival in Naples, this wondrous place, is also the home of one of the great ocean studies institutions of the whole world. So I hope that the film goers know to go to the Anton Dohrn zoologic station, or you take them there before they see the films or after they see the films so that they can learn a little bit of the science and really also enjoy and imbibe the fact that Naples has long been one of the most profound scientific centers of knowledge about the oceans in the world.
We try. First of all, thank you, Jeffrey. I mean, we will really be honored to be let's call a ambassador of 1 minute smartphone.
Oh, I love it. I love it. We'll make the connection.
So if you invite us, Valerio and me, to be artistic and director of workshop, instant workshop in places where you go, we will be thrilled to help kids around you that perhaps don't understand the importance of your words, of your role going to the Fijis or to other countries. We really would like to help, because this is something that we can make in a few days. This is a new formula. And also, listening to your words, it's a different approach about filming. Now, usually when you film, you're passive, because there is the film director in a room or in a space telling you what to do, like a musical orchestra director. In this case, there is a great interaction because the protagonist is the kid with the smartphone in his hands. We are a kind of small game changer, like you are on a worldwide level. We try to be game changer in a local level, because in this room, in this laboratory, by the way, the workshop, the lab is in the Anton Dohrn zoological station, the place where you, with Roberto da Novaro, Ferdinando Boero, that is the president of the film festival and sends his love, and all the people you met a year ago for the Day of the Ocean on the 8th of June. Those days we were in Naples, also with the mayor of Napoli, Professor Gaetano Manfredi, who's also a friend of you and is our also hosting in his fantastic city. This is a great idea, because we like to make protagonists, the kids, the younger generation, with their smartphone that many times is used for, let's say, not committed themes like life on the earth and the biodiversity.
That's really fantastic. It's so good. I did a little filming this morning in New York City for an interview, and it was very nice, and they wanted it very high quality. There was so much equipment. that came in. So many big lights, multiple cameras, sound devices, and so forth. And it's fine. I don't begrudge it, but here we have this, and you can make a movie on this.
Exactly.
And that's fantastic. And not only make a movie, then share it worldwide. And so we have the Global Schools program. You two are ambassadors for filmmakers in global schools around the world, and I will connect you with the leader of the program.
Yes, and this is a universal language, no? Like our video director today, Francesco, that I thanks, just wrote on the chat, cinema is a universal language. I will add, yes, it's a universal passepartout. It's like the power of love, the power of music, but also the power of images of filmmaking, no? And this is why now we have a surprise with Valerio. I will show you something. Unfortunately, we're not together.
Wow.
These are the caring hands.
Wow. Oh my
These
God.
caring hands.
Beautiful.
I have a story because the ideator of this sculpture and design is one of the world living artists of marine environment, that is Ray Troll. Ray Troll lives in Alaska, and with an Italian sculpture that is Gioacchino Cennamo, we, from the logo that you see, this is the logo of the festival, no? It's what you see when we will meet you in the nation, or we will come, we will give you our shirt.
Great.
This award, this is the prize. I am anticipating what we will do the day that we will broadcast our interview, and then we hope to give it to you personally with Valerio, with Ferdinando. You will be entitled this year as the man who inspired our film festival. So this is the anticipation of
my God, come on. But anyway, that's so wonderful and generous and exciting. And, God, we should figure out how to come to Naples as soon as possible to pick it up.
Exactly.
Also for the pizza.
Come to New York, I mean, or London, when you come to Europe to Vienna.
Incredible.
So,
that's incredible. That's just wonderful. All right. Well, you've got a great idea, a great venture. And we've got kids galore who are going to be making 1-minute movies. And I always felt whenever we went to any village in the world, first of all, beautiful always, but second, a story to tell, and a story about ecology to tell, and something to learn, and something poignant, and something that can be shared. And I never thought until today about the kids becoming filmmakers. So this is something really exciting for me. And our Global Schools program is going to love it. The kids are going to love it. And they're going to be really grateful to both of you for helping to teach them how to make 1-minute films.
Exactly. And it's also low cost budget, because we come
low budget,
whatever you want. It's low cost, low budget, because
Amazing.
we come no budget, because we come there, 2 or 3 of us. We spend 24 hours to inspire the kids, the teenagers, the under 30, about the storytelling to create. And then in the next 2-3 days, we make the film and we can project it. So we will send you the 5 1-minute smartphone films we produced last year. So you will see one of them that has Valerio. They are fishing, that are talking on the other side of the world. No, it's like the fish that are the aquarium that you have seen in the
phenomenal
with Roberto. No, this is an idea of Valerio. I don't want to anticipate, but you will see it. Valerio had this. Please, Valerio, tell the story in a couple of minutes.
Which story, Max? I'm sorry.
Of you at the aquarium. You at the aquarium, the 1-minute story that the fish are talking one on each other.
Yes. Because as I told before, it's completely free. We don't have every students are free to expose their story, and so we don't have no dogmas, no, as you say, dogma, no, it's right. And so one idea was to let fish talk between with the subtitles, no? So we have in Naples the aquarium, and you have this different fish that want to be together, but they are different races, no? And so
Right.
types of fish, and so they couldn't stay together, but they want to stay together, and so they are not able to communicate, but they love together. So this idea is just 1 minute, and just they communicate with subtitles.
Phenomenal.
And there are humans that are behind there, and they used to talk also about humans that what they want from us. We are free. Why they want to divide us? So yeah, it is an idea.
I can't wait to see it and to talk back to them. Let me thank both of you so much, and thank you for the chance to be with you today. But actually, not only to hear the wonderful things you're doing, but we launched something today also. So thank you for that. What an honor.
The caring hands, caring hands of the fish
Phenomenal.
as a iconic world image of the beauty of biodiversity. This caring hands is the World Prize 2023 is to you, Jeffrey.
Oh, Max and Valerio, thank you. How incredibly inspiring. I'm so grateful. We'll see both of you in person very soon.
Okay. And thank you also, Sonia, to make this happen for us.
I will do so. Thanks to both. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Francesco.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hello, Emma. You're here with us?
Yes, I'm delighted to be here with you.
I have a surprise for you. We have a class from Massachusetts, a college of university students here in my back, as you can see.
Fantastic.
So for the occasion, we have a special audience from United States, and here we are, as we said, in Naples, in the first museum dedicated to biodiversity, with living artists that designed this museum, that we hope you will come soon to Naples. By the way, Naples is one of the Gulf. In front of this museum, we have the Gulf of Napoli. That is one of the Gulf in the Mediterranean Sea with the best biodiversity. And there are still species that we are discovering every day. So now the floor is to you, and we are with this international university from Massachusetts. We would like to hear your voice.
Thank you so much, Max and Valerio, and I'm delighted to join you in this film festival, Pianeta Mare. And what a brilliant idea. What a brilliant idea to have the film industry of Italy, which is amazing, and jointly with a museum, a fantastic museum. I mean, a fantastic museum, the Darwin Anton Dohrn Zoological Station, devoted to the ocean. I think this is fantastic. Like Professor Sachs was saying, is really a brilliant idea. I also fascinated by the fact that, we have this laboratory of film, and that you would like to teach or coach, mentor young people all over the world to have a film of 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute and a half to tell their own stories. And I think this is fascinating and a very powerful idea. And I just would like to follow up is precisely on what Professor Sachs was saying. The Sustainable Development Solutions Network is a network of over 2,000 universities globally. But we also have a young program, which is a program with schools. And they're, highly motivated students that, will be delighted probably to join this conversation. I would like to pick up, that incredible point that Professor Sachs was saying about the Sustainable Development Goals. The Sustainable Development Goals were adopted by all countries at the United Nations in 2015. And they really is an amazing vision of how to get our world economically, environmentally, and socially sustainable. It's a great vision. And one of the SDGs is the ocean, SDG 14, which is exactly, the focus of your Pianeta Mare Film Festival. And when Jeff was saying that we all live in local realities, but that we have to have a global consciousness. And I think the Sustainable Development Goals provide us, this broad framework of global consciousness. And what a great story to, for instance, have these young people all over the world in the small islands in the beaches in Brazil, in the Amazon, in the Congo Basin, telling their stories and engaging in a dialogue, a little bit like what Valerio did with the fishes, that they talk to each other, the fishes. So these young people can talk to each other through these stories. I think it's a fantastic idea. And like you said, everybody has a smartphone. Everybody can spend a couple of minutes telling their own stories, but who have a global resonance. So I'm very inspired by that. And as Professor Sachs offered, I'm very happy to connect with our group of people that are working with the schools all over the world, so we can probably advance this idea. But I have one more suggestion. As I said, SDG 14 is the SDG of the ocean. And next year, there are a number of UN ocean-related activities. Number one is a conference of the small island developing country states that is happening in Antigua in May. And I think that's one. And another one is the UN Ocean Decade that is happening in Barcelona in April. So I think it would be great for those events to have a number of 1 minute short films from all over the world talking about the ocean, like another short video that I just saw from you when you asked, what is the ocean? And all these kids respond, what they feel, what the ocean is. But we can have stories about the ocean and water from so many perspectives globally, and we can bring them to those two major moments in the UN related to ocean. So I think it's fabulous. As I said, it's inspirational, and it's wonderful that you are willing and to become ambassadors on these 1 minute short films, videos that young people could do all over the world to tell their stories. And maybe we start with the ocean story. And thank you so much. I'm delighted to be with you, and I'm hoping that I will visit both of you there in Napoli not too soon. Very soon.
È muto, just a second, è muto, siamo troppo vicino.
Sorry.
So Emma, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
We have a second special surprise for you.
Fantastic.
Because we have Valerio on my back and wanted to say a few words. And first of all, I would like to introduce you Ferdinando, the president of the film festival and of Fondazione Dohrn. He was one of the ideators with Roberto da Novaro, with Jeffrey, and they were here with Sonia a year ago and a half for the Ocean Day. And so we were really happy and today is a special day because 2 days ago, Papa Francesco wrote a letter, apostolic letter, Laudate Deum, that is 8 years after Laudato Si. So it's a special day for us, and I will give the floor to Professor Boero and to Valerio.
Excellent.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Yes, what we are trying to do here is not only to make people sensitive to the problems of the ocean, but also knowledgeable about the problems of the ocean. Because one thing is the sensibility and another thing is the awareness. And the ocean literacy is still very far from being accomplished. So we cannot protect what we don't know and what we don't understand. We tried, for instance, to send the message, the most important animals of the planet are copepods, and the most important plants of the planet are diatoms. Nobody knows. So there are still lots of pieces missing because it's useless to be sensitive to a problem without knowing it. And this is the situation we are in right now.
Thank you so much, Professor Ferdinando. Here, Valerio, I will give a voice because in this very moment we are producing, as you know, as you liked the idea of super smart shorts with smartphones, with students, university students, as the one we have on our back. So Valerio is really working in these days during the film festival to produce 4 videos. So I would like Valerio to anticipate a premiere for you and for SDSN and all the global network you have all over the world. Please, Valerio.
Hi. As Professor Boero said, we are trying to taking the young generation closer to these important themes about our planet and oceans. And we are trying with this smartphones workshop because everyone has a smartphone, but no one knows that with the smartphone we can produce stories, no? One videos with another one videos are connected with the editing, and we create a sense, a story. And so what we are doing in this workshop, and very intensive workshop, is to do this story for our planet and for to let people closer to these very important and actually themes.
So thank you so much, Emma. Please send our congratulations and gratitude also to your team all over the world, also the school program that Jeffrey was enthusiastic and asked us with Valerio to try to think and to engage with you for a special laboratory, creative laboratory, perhaps also for your schools and your students in other part of the world. Now in Italy, they are asking other places like Palermo, like Udine, and also in Brussels. And so we're really happy to work with you. So thank you so much. And
Thank you.
here is our students from the rest of Massachusetts.
Yeah, perhaps, Max, before wrapping up, I just would like to comment one word about Professor Boero and tell him that I totally agree that how important it is to develop science and to understand better what's going on in the planet. And but also very important that some of major scientists right now are advocating for creating marine protected areas, 30% of the ocean under marine protected areas. So I think it's another big goal that the young people could advocate and implement. Thank you also very much. I'm delighted to join you. And good luck with the festival, and congratulations for a fantastic idea.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye from Museum Darwin Dohrn.
Bye-bye.
Bye.